CATV is proudly presented by Toyota.
Well, Michael, congratulations. It's a long time coming, and it was obviously pretty tense out there at the end. There was a fair bit going on.
Yeah, obviously a long time between drinks, but the boys are very excited and a good victory, I guess. A lot of hard work has gone into preparation, I guess, and over a long period of time as well. It's certainly not from the last couple of weeks. I think we've been preparing since losing the series in England, so a very satisfying victory. We'll enjoy tonight, there's no doubt about it, but you know, I think we're 7 or 8 days away from the second Test match, and we know that England will certainly come back harder, and they've got a lot of good players, so it's going to be a tough Test match in Adelaide, which is generally a pretty good wicket. So yeah, we'll enjoy tonight. Like you said, it's been a long time between drinks, so I think we should enjoy tonight, and then we'll get ready for the second Test.
What was going on out there, Michael? It looked like it was getting pretty ugly at times, and Alistair Cook has just described David Warner's comments last night as pretty disrespectful. Where would you say the relations between the team now lies?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth getting into what happens on the field. I think there's always banter on the field, especially between Australia and England. You know, two teams that always play tough, hard-fought cricket on the field. I still believe there's a very good mutual respect off the field. That's certainly from, I guess I can only talk from me and from the Australian team. I have the utmost respect for the England cricket team. They're a very good team, and you don't get to number one in the world like they have done without playing successful cricket over long periods. So the respect is certainly there. The banter is no different to what I've experienced through my career. It's always been a tough challenge playing against England. And this Test match was no different.
You don't feel that David might have a case to answer by the ICC for what he said about Jonathan Trott yesterday?
I'm not going to get into that. I think if he has got a case, the ICC will talk to David or Cricket Australia, and they'll go through there. But yeah, I think it's, you know, the most exciting thing about this series is there's been so much build-up. Both teams are very well prepared. You know, it's tough, hard-fought cricket, and I think the public watching, the people that come to the ground, and for you guys, the media, you would have seen that, you know, 4 days of extremely tough cricket. Both ways with, you know, there was enough there for the bowlers, there was enough there for the batters, and it was hard fought on the field. But from our point of view, there is certainly that respect there for England because they're a very good team. And they've earned that. They've earned that respect.
Michael, what was the emotion and the atmosphere like in the sheds for the team song, and did Nathan remember the words?
I probably should apologise because I think I was late for all the media that we had to do as well. So, Senna, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, look, we certainly got into the change room. Wyatt was quite emotional and sung the team song. As we know, Nathan has a very good voice and sung it loud and sung it proud. And yeah, look, it was good. As Malcolm just said, it's been a long time between drinks for us. There's been a lot of hard work go into us, you know, getting a victory in this Test match, and the boys deserve a lot of credit because they've worked exceptionally hard. I think the team has played really good cricket over 4 days, and I think we should enjoy that together. That's for sure.
And just as part of this Test, I suppose, where he sung the song for the first time, Nathan's influence in both innings with the 2 wickets in each. Did you feel like he might have turned a bit of a corner, you know, in this match in terms of really influencing a result?
I don't think there was any corner for Nathan to turn. I think he's been a huge part of our team over a long period of time. I think his record speaks for itself in the Test format. And I think he's performed as well in this Test match as he has done for a long time. So it's great seeing him bowling well. It's great seeing him bowling with confidence. It's even better listening to him lead the team song.
Michael, you said it was banter out there, but I think the stump microphone picked you up saying to Jimmy Anderson, get ready for a broken hand before Mitchell came in to bowl at him. Is that more than usual banter?
You must have great ears.
Channel 9 commentary.
Well, there you go. Like I say, through my career, there's always banter on the cricket field. I cop as much as I give, that's for sure. I'm not going to go into what's been said out on the field. Like I say, I think that's part and parcel of the game, and I've copped my fair share. But you know, all of the England players know that we certainly respect them as players, and we understand that we have to beat our best to beat them.
So nothing went beyond the bounds of what's normally accepted, do you think, today?
Not that I've seen through my career. I think I've heard a lot worse said on a cricket field than what any of the Australian players or the England players have said throughout this Test match.
Mitchell, caught and bowled to finish off. Congratulations on a great performance, mate. But just to cap that moment, just take us through from where you've been and come from, just to grab that fifer in the second innings, and can you explain your thoughts, what you're thinking then?
Obviously, to get a fifer in a Test match in an Ashes series is, an unbelievable feeling. I mean, all the boys just racing in, and just getting in a huddle, and it's just a great celebration for us. Like Michael said, it's been a long time for us in winning a Test match. It was just, I think all of that just all coming in, and all the boys just really enjoying it. So it was just a great moment, something I'll never forget. It's the start, but we need to celebrate tonight because it has been a while.
Just quickly, Michael, going back to what was said earlier, just Cookie said that, Captain Cook said that the reason why emotions are pretty raw is because you're facing each other back-to-back series. So, what happened over there, you guys' payback was due, that sort of stuff. So he puts it down to the fact that you keep playing each other.
Oh, and I think it's because both teams want to win so badly. I think we all respect the game, the traditions, the history of the game, and I think Australia versus England, it's always been competitive, no matter which team's won, and I think that's great for the game. Yeah, I certainly understand and respect that there's a line, and both teams shouldn't overstep that line. And I hope that hasn't been the case through this Test match. But I think the rivalry and the banter on the field, and it's give and take both ways. It's not one team dictating the other. It's about momentum, as I've spoken about before. It's about when you have momentum, run with it for as long as you possibly can, and when you don't, fight your backside off to try and get it back. And I just think through this Test match, we've grabbed that momentum and we've tried to run with it for as long as possible. I'm sure there's plenty of things that get said on the field that you don't overhear on Stump Mike that, again, they're meant to stay on the field. That's part and parcel of the game. So there's certainly no, again, I can only talk from the Australian team. There's not one player in the English team that anyone has a personal vendetta against or anybody disrespects as a cricketer. That's certainly not the case. It's about trying to do whatever you can to help your team have success, pushing the line, not overstepping it, and trying to play your best cricket. We're trying to get... Every player is so different. You need to work out what works best for the individual player, what makes them tick, and what can get them to perform at their best. And, for someone like Davey Warner or Mitch or Watto, they really love that competitive battle. They love opposition talking to them or having a crack back at the opposition. That is what drives them. And I'm sure there's plenty of guys on the England team that, I think Jimmy Anderson's made that very clear that he likes that battle as well. So, I think it's just about trying to get the best out of each individual. And fortunately for us, we've had a little bit of success in this first Test match. But, come day one at Adelaide, it means nothing. This is going to be a fantastic series. The Australian team's certainly up for it, but we know it's going to be tough cricket.
Michael, 6 for 132 halfway through the first day was probably one of those 50-50 moments that in England you couldn't really grab and take advantage of. What do you think you've done now within the team that you can actually take a moment like that and build from it and then get the momentum to go on and play really well for the rest of the game?
Yeah, again, I think I said this before the first Test. I'm not going to sit here and promise the world. I can guarantee you that we took confidence out of the back half of England and through the one-day series and through the Indian series in the one-dayers. And I think you've seen that through this Test match, that the boys have got confidence, whether it be with the bat or with the ball. In our first innings, our top 6 batters didn't perform as well as we would have liked, but we got an opportunity in the second innings and we made the most of it. But credit to Steve Smith and Brad Haddon who stopped the rut. Credit to Mitch, the way he played. That's confidence. Our whole list of players are confident they can perform against any opposition in these conditions, and that's a real positive for us.
Mitchell, whatever innovations or refinements have been brought into cricket over many years, is there any better tactic than a really fast bowler just digging one in?
I like bowling short at the Gabba. What can I say? I think when you've got conditions like that, me personally, I like bowling that short ball. I think it works works very well. Obviously, with cracks running all the way down it, you know, you can get inside a batsman's head a little bit. So, you know, like Michael's saying, like it could be a very different wicket down in Adelaide, but out there it was definitely going through nicely. And I guess just being a typical fast bowler, I like to bowl short.
Michael, how big a bonus is it for you leading into back-to-back tests in Adelaide and Perth that your quicks didn't have to, well, worked hard obviously, but were able to knock over England fairly cheaply in the first innings and not have to get too many overs under their belt? Does it sort of increase the chances of them getting through?
I don't think it's as big a concern in this test match because we have a break. I think obviously...
I guess.
Yeah, I think the next 2 test matches are going to be tough on the bowlers, there's no doubt about it. Especially Adelaide being generally a pretty good batting wicket, and it looks like the Whackers a pretty good wicket as well. So I think the next 2 test matches are going to be tough. Fortunately, there's a break, obviously, from now until then, so the guys have got a few days to freshen up. But it always helps. I think, you know, if you can knock a team over earlier, it's always a benefit. It gives the bowlers a rest. But like I say, I don't think it was too big a concern because of the break we have after this test match.
Michael, on Wednesday, there was a pretty strong sense that you were sick of talk and you wanted to get the test match underway and the series underway. How proud or how satisfied do you feel now that for the first time in a year the team has put together a 5-day performance that speaks louder than words?
Well, I hope it does. I hope the boys have the luxury of reading that tomorrow. I think we've, as a team, copped a fair bit of criticism of late, and our performances have probably deserved that. The win is very important and very special to us. It's a great way to start the series. But I think we've been saying for a while that the brand of cricket we're trying to play is what's exciting us as a team. And I hope we showed that again over the past 4 days. You know, at the end of the day, you're judged on your performances and we haven't been getting the results we'd like. So it's a really satisfying feeling knowing that, you know, the work we've been putting in and what we've been thinking as a team in this game has come true. So, yeah, we know there's a long way to go. I think we'd be very silly to be overexcited with what's just happened. I think the realistic view is that we've played some really good cricket over 3.5 days. We've got the result that we've been crying out for a long time, and now we've got a lot of hard work to do in preparation for this second test.
Does the first win, though, make the second win, or you know whatever happens next, that little bit more attainable, having gone so long with that one?
I think the feeling in the group is that if we play out the brand of cricket we're trying to play, we can have success. So maybe ask me that question after our next win.
It's just building on the question about the short ball. Did you think there was any point there where the England batsmen and Jonathan Trott in particular were actually scared of you?
Well, he's obviously been
Do you want me to answer that?
He's been thinking about the short ball from what I've seen in the nets, practicing a lot of short ones. I don't know. There was a couple of nice ones that sort of were zinging past his nose, and as a fast bowler, you give a bit of a stare and have a look into the eyes, and I don't know, there might have been a little bit of fear there maybe, but you'd have to probably ask him that himself. So I'll keep doing it. It's working.
So you didn't see scared eyes? You didn't see the scared eyes that Davey saw?
Good answer, Mitchie. Good boy.
Still 4 tests to go.
Thanks, guys.